guys, I'm your educator Sulagna Ghatak. Today I want to brief you about the topic competition in ecology. So let's start. So competition is a type of interaction which occurs between two organisms. That means it is a contest or rivalry between two or more entities or organisms or animals or individuals or economic group or social group, etc. I can say, which are using the same limited resources. So, interaction can occur between the species for struggling or living on many reasons, like same survival or scarce of resources or territory or mating partner or space, etc. So, competition leads to reduction in fitness of one or both organisms. That's why in competition both species are negatively affected, I can say, or it is a negative interaction. So competition can be divided into two categories: intraspecific competition and interspecific competition. So first of all, interspecific competition occur between individuals of different species. That means in between the species, like competition in cat and dog, etc. That means which are from different species. Okay, and intraspecific competition occur between individuals of same species. That means within the species, like two dogs are fighting, two cats are fighting, etc., which are called intraspecific competition. Okay, now there are some outcomes of competition. So the first outcome is competitive exclusion principle, which is also called Gauss's principle, as scientist Gauss discovered this principle. That's why. So according to this principle, when two species that live in the same niche or functional area and compete for the same resources, then they cannot coexist together. So suppose in an area there are species X present and species Y also come to live on the same area, and suppose Y also feed on the same insect which species X were feeding, then the competition can occur. And competition can occur due to three main or strong reasons. So the first reason is space, and the second reason is same niche, and the third and most important reason is food or resources. Okay, so they cannot live with each other at the same time. Then weak one have to be excluded from that area, that means from that overlapping area. Now what is overlapping area? So the overlapping area is where in a same area two or more species are living and in which for the same resources they are fighting with each other, because overlapping niche is the main reason behind the competition between species, isn't it? Okay. So if two organisms are living in a same habitat but different niche, that means they are having different food habit, reproduction timing and resource requirements, etc. Then as a result they stably coexist together without any competition. But if two organisms are living in a same niche, that means they are having same resource requirements, then the result will be they cannot coexist together and competition will result in elimination of one species, which is also called unstable coexistence. Okay. So for an example of competition exclusion principle, I can say the Gauss's experiment which he did by the two species of Paramecium. So hence Paramecium aurelia and Paramecium caudatum were taken. Gauss determined the growth of each species in two different conditions. First of all, growth in two separate or isolated culture medium for both species, and second condition is in mixture culture growth. But then in mixed culture medium, Paramecium aurelia own but Paramecium caudatum excluded from the competition for same amount of nutrients. So here Paramecium aurelia is a strong competitor, I can say. So here we can see that first of all separately they were grown according to their ability to consume the resource of culture medium. But when they grown together, then there is a decrease in Paramecium caudatum population and increase in Paramecium aurelia population. So lastly, he concluded that closely related species cannot coexist on a single limiting resource for longer period of time. The competitively superior species is able to survive, whereas the weaker one will get eliminated. Okay? Now, the second outcome of competition is resource partitioning. So, resource partitioning occurs when two species coexist in spite of apparent competition for the same resources. But they accurately or actually occupy slightly different resources, or I can say obtaining resources in slightly different ways. That means individuals minimize competition and maximize their success rate. And dividing up resources in this manner is called resource partitioning. Okay? So, for an example of resource partitioning, I can say the 5 species of warbler birds like Cape May warbler bird, black Barman warbler, black-throated warbler, bay-breasted warbler, yellow-rumped warbler, they coexist in spruce trees by feeding on insects of different regions. Here we can see that of that tree, and by using different feeding behaviors to obtain insects. Okay? Now, the third and most important outcome of competition is character displacement. So, character displacement was first explained by William L. Brown and E. O. Wilson. And according to them, ecological character displacement is driven by mainly competition. So, as a result of resource partitioning, certain characteristics may enable in individuals to obtain resources in their partitions more successfully. So, selection of these characteristics can reduce competition with individuals in other partitions and leads to divergence of features, which is called character displacement or niche shift, I can say. Okay? So, the term character displacement generally refers to morphological differences due to competition, but not the genetic differences. So, character displacement is the situation in which two species that live together in the same environment tend to diverge in those characteristics that overlap. So let's see what happened in step by step, then you can easily understand the process. Okay? So first of all, there were overlapping characteristics of different species present. That's why competition for resources occur. Then resource partitioning happened to reduce competition, and as a result divergence can be seen of features or character displacement, which is called. And at last we have seen that morphological differences were produced into organisms to avoid competition. Clear? Now, what are the causes of character displacement? So, character displacement is a process of evolutionary divergence of coexisting species. That means the species which are inhabiting in the same environment. So, the competition for resources become reduced as a result of deviation. So, initially Before character displacement, when two species encounter each other in overlap of phenotype associated with resource use and reproduction. But after character displacement, or when the character displacement arises for avoiding the competition, but niche or area becomes same as well, then only resources used become changed. Okay, so as a result or consequence of character displacement, I can say it can avoid competitive exclusion. So this is also an exceptional case of competitive exclusion principle as resource partitioning, isn't it? Okay, so hope your concept about this topic have been cleared after this session. If you have any doubt or facing any problem, please ask me into the comment section, and also you can reach to us through our mail ID, which is into the description box. I am so much happy to say that in previous lesson I have got your lots of responses and doubts through mail. So don't miss the chance to get a healthy score. Lastly, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Then you can get notification about my next videos, which is coming on every Sunday. Stay safe, stay tuned. Bye.